Good morning, everybody all around the world. Happy Saturday. I'm Bill the Geek, broadcasting live from Morelia, Mexico. Hey, this is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, and generally speaking, we make videos about the joys of living in Mexico. We get together every Saturday morning and share video clips and stories about the joy, the fun, the merriment, all the good food, the nice weather, what's happening down here south of the U.S. and Canadian borders. Yeah, man, we get together and jam with people from all over the world. We got all kinds of people up in here today. I want to thank Tony right off. What's going on with that? I want to thank Tony for giving me a nice intro this morning and welcome. We got David in the house. Buenos dias, speaking that Espanol. We got Mary J. Hola, Bill, and Todo. Feliz Sábado. That means happy Saturday. So happy to be back in Mexico for a week. Can't wait to be here full time. Mary J., where are you in Mexico? Let us know. Sammy is in the house. She's right down the street from where I live. And looky here, the stranger, Stephen Nathan. I'm sure I messed that up, in the middle of Canada. We had breakfast years ago. Stephen and his son. Where were we? Was that in Mazatlan? But happy to see you here. And Marco in Chicago. I've been watching all the news about Trump invading Chicago and all that kind. I've been thinking about it. I'm ready to call you up and get the play-by-play on what is going on. I'm surprised you and your family ain't in the detention camp. She thinks so. She speaks. Look, Chili and Charlotte. Great to see you here. We got SP Steve in Kansas City. Fall is almost here. No fall for you ever, right? No fall here. Living here is kind of like living in California. Being from Ohio, we have change of seasons there, and I get confused every day. Like, well, is it Christmas time? Is it 4th of July? What's going on down here? I mean, like, what be happening? Oh, looky here, Buenos Dias. I've never heard Buenos Dias, but I'll say Buenos Dias to you. Sabby has a great bed and breakfast right outside of the Chapala area. We did a video with her a couple of years ago, and I hope your business is doing excellent. It's right out of Chapala, and it's a wonderful place. I'd like to visit there someday. Great for writers' conventions. If you just want to get away, you want to get a hold of Savvy and check out her bed and breakfast. It's awesome. I've seen pictures of it. Great environment, great place to get away, and we all need to get away sometimes. Char Williams in the house. Hey, Brian. Hey, Brian. I love the cooler weather here in Morelia. Okay, right on. Did I miss something here? Did I miss somebody saying something here? I love the cooler weather here in Morelia. We got Cats in the house. Good morning to you, Cats. Great to see you here. Brian, good morning from San Antonio. I thought you were supposed to be in Morelia right now. Sorry we couldn't get together. Sorry we couldn't hook that up. Once you get here for another time, we can hook that up. Brian, and thanks for being here today. Ken in Miami, good morning, brother. Right on. Welcome. Wayne, there you. That's what I'm talking about. Como están? Todo bien? I hope. And my girls are in the house. Woo, our Cuban hubby. Those girls are crazy. I can't wait till you guys get here. Saludos from San Antonio, traveling to visit the Natural Bridge Caverns. Right on. I'd like to hear more about that. Build with Blake and more. Hola, Bill. Tennessee loves you from Ulisha. Ulisha, yeah, I remember you, girl. Her and her husband, they're starting a YouTube channel. And I talked with them this week via Zoom, and we're going to get them up and running. They're starting a fabulous YouTube channel about construction, how to build stuff and all that kind of stuff. They're going to have like 2-3 million subscribers. I'm going to help them get started with that. Yes, I still have clients that I teach online. I've been teaching online for 20 years. If you want to know about how to build a website, use Photoshop, edit video, sure, you can hook up with me. I'll get you hooked up. I've helped thousands of people. Brian Maiden in the house. Pretty boy, Brian Maiden. Me and Brian Maiden had breakfast. I think it was last Monday. And it was fun, a lot of fun. Brian Maiden's very interesting individual. We're getting together again tomorrow morning, and Monday he's headed back to Guadalajara on the bus. Hola, Brian. Outdoor is always open. Our door is always open to you, Bill. Yes, Abby. Thank you so very much, girl. Mary J, you're an Ahihique, still working in Washington, so I treasure every minute I get here in Mexico. And I tell you, everybody, Mexico is awesome, man. And I don't want to bore anybody, but this is, I show this almost every week. As I look beyond my computer cameras, this is what I see. I'm at the computer a lot, and whenever I look up, this is what I see. The weather down here this morning was 54 at 6 a.m. when I got up. It's going to be a high of 74 today, and the weatherman says there's going to be no rain this week. And I like that. The weather is good. The people are friendly. No matter what you hear from anybody else, Mexico is AK number one. Numero uno. It is awesome down here. Whatever your friends and family say, don't listen to them. Come on down here and spend some time. The cost of living is fabulous down here. Marco, it's been very bad. And Marco is in Chicago, and he is a Mexican American. He was born in the United States, but his parents and all his family's from Morelia. And we did an interview with him. So I've been watching all this news about the Trump man invading Chicago, watching the news, and he says, quote unquote, it's been very bad. They've been kidnapping people all around my neighborhood simply because you're brown. And let me say this. Some people get upset because I talk about politics, but I got to do it. Okay, Marco, and I got a new character. I got 2 new characters, and I've been holding back. Because if I make these videos, I think YouTube might take me down, but I got to do it. Marco, I'm thinking about you. I'm coming out with this new character. I'm going to come out this week with this new character. I'll probably lose 7,000 subscribers, but I got to do it. I'm thinking about you, Marco. When I put this up, I'm going to email you and let you know that it's up. I'm going to send the link. David, my other neighbor here in Morelia. Hola, Bill. And tell your lovely wife, Maria, I said hello. Lenora in the house, and my girls are donating to the channel, and your donation is greatly appreciated. Yes, it is. Um, thank you, girls, so much for regularly contributing to the channel. That helps me buy equipment, travel, all that kind of stuff. Thank you so much. Brian Jordan, my youngest Zafiro, and I were planning to be in Morelia this weekend, but had some issues and had to cancel it. We are going to try again in November. Come on down. Let me know when you are here. And Brian, pretty boy, Brian Maiden, thank you so much for regularly contributing to the channel. So I'll see you tomorrow morning at Sanborn's in El Centro here in Morelia. Axel Fault, buenos dias, Billy the Kid, and everyone. Currently 59 degrees with 50% chance of rain up here in the Poconos. I'm sure my man is getting ready to break out and do some dirty dancing up there. Hello, Tony. Right on. Hola, Tony. I have a fantastic day. See you tomorrow. Thank you very much, Brian. I'll see you at 10 a.m. Mañana in Spanish. Mañana in English means tomorrow. Okay, so everything's really nice down here. I've been in this apartment for 1 year and 2 months now, maybe 1 year and 3 months. Time flies. I'm happy to be healthy. I'm happy to be able to exercise regularly, to maintain my weight and all of my body functions and stuff. It's just great down here. And I put together a bunch of video clips of my neighborhood. I'm going to get, I think either this week or next week, I'm going to get back on the road. Hold on a second here. Either this week or next week, I'm going to get back on the road. These are going to be longer trips further away. I never say where I'm going because I don't want to get ambushed when I get there. But everything is cool. Everything is copacetic. What do you eat for desayuno? Desayuno means breakfast. And I don't eat breakfast. I don't eat once a day. I usually eat once a day at 6 p.m. Only when somebody comes to town, they want to get together. That's the only time I eat breakfast ever. That's the only time I eat breakfast. When people come to town, we get together at 10 a.m. somewhere. We go to a restaurant. But my preferred breakfast is scrambled eggs with bacon and toast. The other day, me and Brian Maiden, we had omelets. We had cheese omelets with ham and what else was there? With ham and mushrooms. And another thing about when you eat out in Mexico, you can go to the same restaurant 5 times, and the food can be different every time. Yeah, you think I'm kidding, right? You can order bacon and eggs 5 times at the same restaurant, and every time they'll be different. Yeah, just FYI, okay? Justin, thank you, my man in Iowa, for contributing to the channel again. That is so much greatly appreciated. Thank you, and I hope you're having a great day up there in Iowa. I understand the farmers in Iowa are having a really hard time. Iowa specifically and Nebraska, specifically soybean farmers, because China's not buying any soybeans anymore from the United States. They're buying it from Argentina or Brazil. Tariffs, tariffs, tariffs. Okay, but thank you so much, Justin. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. So I'll be on the road either this week or the following week for some big, long trips. And the trips are so far away that I think I'm going to have to spend several days on the road, which is fine. They'll be excellent trips. But this week I wanted to share with you what it's like just in my neighborhood. And I've got some video clips here. Let's see here. And this is 2 blocks where I live. It's down the hill 2 blocks. But and it's a very nice neighborhood. Everybody has Audis, BMWs, Mercedes. There are a lot of Chevys down here. And they have all these places to shop and to get food. And it's pretty cool. This is 3 blocks from where I live, down the hill, across the boulevard. It's a very big meat market. And they specialize in Angus beef. Used to be they had the Black Angus in Columbus, Ohio, very famous restaurant. But in here, you can get, and all this stuff is right fresh from local farmers. Fresh cheese, fresh eggs, fresh chickens, fresh pigs, fresh cow meat. And, they throw in some tortillas, dry tortillas, fresh tortillas, condiments, that kind of stuff. And these guys are open 7 days a week. They play funky music. If you walk by the shop and you heard the music coming out, you'd think a bunch of soul brothers were in there. But it's all Mexicans. And they're always busy. People always coming in and out of the place. And I had breakfast with a guy named John about 2 weeks ago. He's down here from Idaho, and he's 83, looking for a place to stay in Morelia at 83. And he had been here for a couple of weeks, and he said his whole body felt much better just because the food in Morelia, in Mexico, is like fresh food. It's like real food right from the farm. You come to Mexico and you have, if you stay away from the chain stores and the chain restaurants, all the food you eat is right from the farm, like 30 miles away. I'm sorry to offend Sammy, because I know Sammy's a vegan, but if you're a meat eater, whatever you're eating was alive yesterday, maybe this morning. And John was saying how his body felt so much better than the food in the United States. So I'm gonna walk around, look next door to the meat shop. There's a creameria. Creameria, of course, cream would be a cheese shop. But this is a cheese shop, but they have all fresh vegetables. Look at those melons and peaches and avocados, carrots, bananas. All look at people walking around, all looking good. Tomatoes, all that's fresh from the farm. And these, I walk by here a lot. And like I said last week, all the cheese is white on the bottom shelf. That's all fresh cheese, white cheese. And of course, up top in the background, you can see some paper towels. They try to give something to everybody here, but there's always, and look at how small this place is. This is so common. But that is a very popular They make a lot of money at that cheese shop right next door to the meat shop. I got one more clip. This is the same place. This is so common in Mexico to have a little place the size of my apartment that's just filled with all kinds of good, fresh stuff to eat. Fresh. But I can walk to Walmart. They have a big it's like a grocery store. I can walk there in like 10 minutes. I can go to La Comer in like 10 minutes. Big giant stores. But throughout today, I'm going to show you the local places that are very customary throughout Mexico. Now, let me see where I stopped. Okay, make a note where I am. Okay, now, and let's go back to comments here for a second. Buck stops here. Howdy, buenos dias, corta de pelo. I got a haircut. Yes, I cut my hair last night so I could be looking good today. I cut my own hair. I used to go to where was I? Where was I living? I was living in Cincinnati, Ohio. And I was a salesperson for Dun & Bradstreet Credit Services. I had 10 suits, all kinds of shoes and ties. And I went to this place to get a haircut. And this woman that cut my hair, I'd go there regularly. She was hot. I would go there, and this is like 40 years ago. I would go there just because she was so hot. And this was 40 years ago, at least 35 years ago. She was charging $24. 24 to 20, 25, 30 years ago, $25 to cut my hair like this. But then she was so beautiful. And then she would wash my head at the end. She put her hands all over my head. Ooh, the hot water, her hands. Ooh, I was in heaven. Woo, oh my God. Then one day I went to Walmart and I saw some hair clippers. And the hair clippers were like $18. And that was it. After that, I never went to the barber. I've been cutting my hair like with these hair clippers forever. No, I ain't paying nobody. It's whatever. Oh, by the way, in Mexico, if you're a guy, you can get a haircut down here for about $3. I'm going to say that's the average. It's going to cost you about 60 pesos, $3 to get a haircut. Rob, I noticed the glove. What temperature is it in your apartment? Let me check the temperature outside. The temperature outside is going to be about the same as the temperature. It's probably outside, it's 63 degrees. So in here, it's probably about 60 degrees. So I have on 3 pairs of socks, keep my feet warm. My hands get a little chilly, so I put on these gloves. So it's probably about 60 degrees in my apartment. And that's partially the reason why I wear these gloves. James Lee, looks so good, Bill. I wish I was there. Come on down. Lenora, I know when I first arrived in Mexico, I took a picture. 1 week later, I took a picture and had lost so much weight in 1 week. Better food for us vegans. Yes, lots of fabulous fruits and vegetables down here. And Mexicans are big juicer freaks. You can find juicing places all over Mexico where they're blending up carrot juice, banana juice, tomato juice, papaya juice, all over Mexico. This is very popular. And what's kind of freaky about it is a lot of times they'll give you the beverage in a plastic bag. Yeah, that's pretty freaky, man. So they juice up your stuff, and then all your stuff is in a plastic bag like this, and they put a straw down in it. So imagine this, and it's filled with orange juice, and you just people walking down the street sucking it down. And sometimes if you get alcoholic mixed drinks that you buy on the freeway, that's how you get it also, micheladas. Bertine, hola Bertine, Bill, enjoying your informational videos. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Put up a couple of videos this week. I put up the video for Salamanca, went up on Tuesday. On Thursday, I put up a video, and it was titled five cheap places to live in Mexico with perfect climate all year. Put up those two videos this week, and they both did okay. Doc, what's up, Doc? What be happening, dude? Good morning, Bill. It's Doc, just checking in and listening to the pod. The thing I miss most about Mexico is the trip to the food markets for fresh vegetables later. Thank you. Yeah, man. Yeah. And I didn't mention fish. I didn't even mention fish. Great to see you here, Doc. Right on. Axel Foley. Are most can and bottle products sold in supermarkets made in Mexico or foreign? Okay, let me think about that. Can and bottle products. A lot of the canned and bottled products are made here in Mexico. Mexico has everything. Why import anything? Even like Campbell's soup is made in Mexico. Even Coca-Cola is made in Mexico. And they make Coca-Cola in Mexico with a different recipe with different syrups for sweeteners. Rob, any thoughts on a good city for wheelchair users? Right now, I use a rolling walker, but someday may need a chair. Okay, hold on a second here. Okay, most of the videos I put up in the last 3 months, Toluca is very flat. Morelia, a lot of Morelia is very flat. And surprisingly, in many cities in Mexico, in Mexico, it's very wheelchair friendly. Not so much for Ajijic or Chapala. You can be totally healthy walking around on a cobblestone street in Ajijic and break your neck. I know people, totally healthy people, stepped on a cobblestone, broke their ankle. Many of the cities that I put in the last video were very wheelchair friendly. Toluca, Celaya, Zamora, Salamanca, all of those cities were very wheelchair friendly. Flat cities, nice sidewalks, wide sidewalks, where if you lived near El Centro, you would be good, all with perfect climates and very perfect climates and really cheap rentals for good places. And in the last video, I put up a year-round weather map, how much it would cost for a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, fully furnished apartment. And there was something else. So there you go. There you go, Rob. Thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up. Got a truck going by in the front of the house. Let's check out some more. Yes. I noticed ramps next to stairs in Toluca. I'm still surprised. I walk around today. Morelia is pretty good also. I walk around and I see these ramps almost everywhere. Nice, smooth ramps going up and down. Mexico is very modern and wheelchair helpful. Angela Morris, buenos dias, amigos. I hope all is well with everyone. Bill Dallas Lewis, it is good to be here one more time. Great to see you here, girl, and welcome. Listen, good morning, Bill. How are you? I'm fine, dude. You sound fantastic as usual. Thank you again for your compliment, Liston Henry. All right. And let's see. Something changed over here on my information box. They moved stuff around. I don't know what they're doing. Why would you change the information box around? I don't know. Whatever. Okay. So let's get back over here. Cats. The 4 categories of rent from budget to luxury was very helpful. Yes, thank you so much. Toluca was my favorite in your climate video. Thank you very much. And the way I come up with that information for rentals is I use Chat GPT. I go there and I say, how much would it cost for a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, fully furnished apartment in, let's say, Toluca, Mexico? And they come back. They search the entire internet and they will give you the average pricings in 3 different ranges: low, medium, and luxury. They'll give you all of that. And then they'll give you some examples that they'll give you links to apartments that you can see right there in Chat GPT. That's where that information comes from. And now every time I visit a city, I'm going to put up a year weather map so you can see what the monthly weather is like. I'm going to put up a rental thingy, and I forget what the other category was. But anyway, so let's continue. Let's continue here. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. So let's continue here. Now we're just going to go, I think, into this little market that's right across the street from the meat market. And look at those big bags. That's dog food. That's very regularly. You can buy dog food by the cup. Fresh bread right from the bakery, right there. Fresh bread will go in. You see the fresh bread probably delivered there this morning. And this is your regular neighborhood shop. And you can see all of the canned foods, the instant coffee, of course, rice and spaghetti, canned fruits, and of course, lots of junk food, lots of junk potato chips. But mix that with some dry fruits and vegetables. Here you go. Maybe some soap. And if I'm not mistaken, this place is a pharmacy. It's going to be hard to see the guy, but there's a guy back there, and this place is a pharmacy also. Yeah, there you go. Deodorant, shampoo, all behind glass, so people can't steal it. That's the expensive stuff. There's some fresh eggs over there. You know, you've got your Coca-Cola. I don't think they sell alcohol in this place. And Mexicans love some Coca-Cola. I don't drink Coca-Cola. No. That is your typical local Mexico store. Now, let me say this. When I first moved to Mexico, I was I had lived in Mexico before, but I didn't know anything about shopping because I lived with a family. I lived with a mother. She was like 63, and her mother lived with her. Her mother was like 93. Her mother would drink a pint of tequila every night and start singing at 93. A pint of tequila every night. And then she had 2 grandchildren that were my age living with me. So they did all the shopping. And I was in San Luis Potosi. I never went any shopping in San Luis Potosi, ever. 9 weeks. So when I moved to Puerto Vallarta, I didn't know that they had grocery stores in Mexico. I didn't know they had wonderful malls in Mexico. So I started my experience in Mexico going to little shops like this. I thought this is all they had. I found a little shop like this about a block from where I lived in Puerto Vallarta. And for about 6 months, I'd eat canned beans, tortillas, maybe some ham, processed ham, cheese, maybe like, sliced cheese. I thought that all of Mexico, I thought that this is what they did everywhere. I could buy eggs in there. That's what I thought everybody did in Mexico. I had no clue for about, I'm going to say 6 months, that they had fabulous grocery stores, even Walmart, Costco. I had no idea. But anyway, so this lady right next to the meat market, here is this lady right here. Right next to the meat market. This is her house. She's sitting in front of her garage. She lives there. She's there every day, and she makes tamales. And I asked her, well, she looked at me like I was an American fool, and she didn't think I spoke any Spanish. And I said, what do you have there? Oh, tamales. I said, really? What kind are they? She says, I got chicken, beef, pork. I said, let me see them. What they look like. What it be like. What the tamales look like. Okay, I'll take 2. I said, how much they cost? It was like 18 pesos. So 18 pesos is like 75 cents. I can only eat 1. So for less than $3.50, 1 tamale for me is a meal. So she's going to get the tamales out, and then she's cooking some kind of beef over there. I asked her what that was for. So here she's going to get me some fresh tamales. Now here you go. There's number 1, number 2 tamale. I haven't had a tamale since I've been here. And now she's going to put it in a little bag for me. And the tamales, I ate them. They weren't bad. They weren't great. I've had better tamales. I won't go on. I don't know if I'll ever go back there. But here's something you're going to also see throughout Mexico is the way they give you your money. Because money, everybody knows money is dirty. So if money's dirty and you're handling food, you don't want to touch the money and then give it back to the client. So this is also customary in Mexico. She's going to find a little bag. She's put a little plastic bag over her hand, and then she's going to give me her change, my change. There you go. That is very customary in Mexico. And this is 3 blocks from where I live. 3 blocks from where I live. The tamale lady. So we got comments coming up right now. Okay. I got to make a note as to where I am. We got comments going on in here. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. Steve in KC. Do you see many police cars cruising around there? Can people walk around there with alcoholic drinks in open containers there? Is marijuana legalized or recreational purposes there? Marijuana is legal here if you possess it in small quantities. I have yet to see a marijuana store. That is coming. They're working out the details. Do I see people walking around outside? Here in my neighborhood, I've never seen anybody walking around with a beer or an alcoholic beverage. Never. I've seen that many times in Puerto Vallarta, Mazatlan, Guadalajara. I saw that a lot there, but not here. And as far as police cars, I think in my neighborhood, I've seen maybe 3 police cars in a year and 3 months, though we have private security that's here all of the time walking through our neighborhood. And they have a guy on a little motorcycle who rides through our neighborhood all throughout the night. Jamie, hola everyone from Montreal. Hola, Jamie. Great to see you here, my man. Can you buy fresh made butter yes. That's what the creamerias are for. That's why it's great to find a creameria. Yeah, you can get fresh butter. Sometimes you have to let them know up front and they'll make it for you. Yes. Rob, I'm 79 and never lived above about 900 feet elevation. No idea how I'd adapt to 7,000 feet. Yeah. Now, Rob, I don't have a problem with altitudes. When I was in Toluca, here in Morelia, the altitude's about 6,000 feet. No problem for me. Ajijic is about 5,000 feet. Guadalajara is about 5,000 feet. I think Puerto Vallarta, Mazatlan, that's about 30 feet. I went to Toluca, that's 8,000 feet. I don't have a problem. Some people can't handle it. So you have to only you know. Only you know. I don't have a problem. Thank you, Savvy. Cassie, good morning, Cassie. Great to see you. John. Bill, I walked extensively in my recent trip to Morelia after we had breakfast. I spent a week walking around. Morelia has very few curb cuts in El Centro. I would hesitate to travel by wheelchair. Thank you very much, John. And John is 83. We had breakfast together. So maybe I was misspoken about Morelia with curb cuts because apparently he was checking that out. Yes, thank you very much. Reggie Meggs, Ola, and everyone from Southern California. Ola, Reggie, great to see you in the house. And thank you so much for contributing to the channel. Thank you so much, as always. Woo, my sister lives in Marina del Rey, Reggie. And my ex-wife is from Palos Verdes, a soul sister. Her family, they were billionaires. She grew up in Palos Verdes on the beach. Max Foley, did you change your cell phone? Each company provides the best cell phone services. Okay. I'm a little confused with that message. Let's go to your next one and see. Bill, have you ever been sick from eating street food? I've been sick 2 times from eating street food in 20 years. 2 times. And as far as cell phone goes, I've been using Telcel. I've been using Telcel pretty much for 20 years. I have a plan. If you want to use cell phones down here, you can just go to like OXXO, which is like 7-Eleven, get a chip, put it in your phone, and you can buy minutes, or you can get a plan. And my plan costs me now about $45 a month. I don't know why it went up. It used to be $35 a month. Okay, but Telcel works for me. And also, since I travel throughout Mexico, my cell phone works with me anywhere I am in Mexico. And I can use my iPhone as a hotspot when I'm in a hotel or on a bus. And it's well worth the $45 a month. Char Williams, Brian Maiden, check your email, please. That's funny. Reggie, Bill, I visit high altitude each year. My doctor gives me medicine for high altitude. I take it for 4 or 5 days and never feel sluggish. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that tip. Yeah, hola, Bill, my fellow Buckeye. Buenos dias, everyone. And the Buckeyes are playing today at 10 o'clock Central Time. Yep. Go Bucks. How about San Miguel Allende? Is it flat, walkable? I don't know. I haven't been there. I was there about 40 years ago, and I totally forget. Now, Sammy. KC, yes. Yes, I see many people. Oh, there you go. Okay. I see many people walking around with alcoholic drinks. That's funny. I also see young teenagers buying tons of beer in front of the federal police. Sammy, thanks for clarifying that. Thank you so much. Sammy gets out way more than I do. I'm here at the crib editing video or on a bus somewhere. Sammy would know. She's out all the time. She's here in Morelia, and she's been to places. She's seen things that I've never even thought about down here. Billy, I have seen. Really, people. Sammy, help us, fill us in. Where you can buy marijuana here in Morelia. You can buy marijuana here in Morelia. That's news to me, but I don't smoke marijuana. I'd like to see a shop. I used to be a pot head when I was in college. I lived on pot. I didn't eat food. I just smoked pot. But of course, you smoke pot, then you got to eat some food, right? But I haven't smoked pot in so long. But so that's probably why I don't even know. Reggie May, Bill, I meant to say from Southern California. I meant to say I'm from Southern California and say hello to everyone on the site. My chat skills need practice. Your Reggie Meg, your chat skills are perfect. Oh yes. Oh yes. Okay. Okay, so let's go back. I got some more video clips over here. Okay, there she is. Okay. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay. This is about 4 blocks from where I live, a little bread store. I've walked by here a million times. There's always somebody in there buying bread, and then they have pastries. It smells great in their croissants, your regular Mexican bread, cakes. I wonder how they make money. They're open every day. Let's see, what's this? Okay, here's another little local shop. This shop is probably about a block away from the other shop. Notice right at the door, you have your fresh bread. Notice there are people, there's lots of people in there buying stuff, buying bread. And look at how small and fresh tomatoes, limes, hot peppers, onions, all that's fresh. Here's some lettuce. And you got your canned foods. Of course, your juices, electrolyte, all that kind of stuff. The lady was looking at me kind of funny because she'd never seen me in there before. And yeah, toilet paper, water, tortillas, of course, fresh tortillas. This is your cheeses, Philadelphia cream cheese. Believe it or not, Philadelphia cream cheese, you can find that anywhere. Mexicans love some Philadelphia cream cheese. It's in big demand. That lady looked at me really funny. She looked at me like, who are you? What are you doing in here? Thank God I was using and that television up there, it is videos watching all the corners of the store so she can see who's stealing stuff. Sure, Mexicans got surveillance also. But this is your standard Mexico store. And there's one on every block. Now this is kind of funny right here. Right down the street from those little stores, I'm going to stop this video and I'm going to play it again. Now check this out. This is a hoot. I walk by this place almost every day. And this sign is there every day. And what you're about to see in this door is there every day. Here we go. Se vende, for sale. And under that it says coffee. And right there in the door, there are about 10 cups of coffee in styrofoam cups with lids. And she sells coffee every day. Every day. That's out there every day. She doesn't sell tacos, nothing else, just coffee. And I guess that supplements her income. This is Mexico. Mexico, Mexicans be making some money. Mops and brooms. You see those in front of almost every store. Here's another place. It's probably like a block away from somewhere else. And notice fruits and vegetables. Canned foods. Oh, this one. Now this is also a paper store. So you maybe missed it, but they had a copying machine back there in the back. So this guy, he has diversified his store with fruits, vegetables, paper. You can get copies made there, things printed out for you. Yeah. Mexicans don't play. Now check this place out. Check this place out right here. And I'm going to stop this video and I'm going to start it again. Look very closely. Mexicans don't leave a dime unturned. Any way they can make a dime. You saw the lady selling coffee, lady selling tortillas in front of her garage. Check this place out. Check this out. Those are, I'm going to stop the video again. I'm going to play it again. I forgot what we were about to see. The sign upstairs, that's like a yoga sign. You can go upstairs, they do yoga. Or these are vending machines for like candy. They're games, electrical games. You go inside and there's a barber's chair right there. It's kind of hard to see. It's right there. I didn't walk in, but right in the middle of the screen is a barber's chair. You can get a haircut in here. And behind the lady with the orange shirt, they were selling clothing. They did it all in it. It's like a mini Walmart, everything, even yoga. Okay. And all of this stuff is like 5 blocks from where I live. Here's another little place. Little kids playing with the stray dog out front. There's one of these places on every block. How do these people make money? But they're open every day. Look, and these people are working, putting up the fresh fruits, the fresh vegetables. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Oh, now this place, they're selling meat and cheese and other stuff. Fresh eggs in plastic. Look at the lady with the eggs in bags. They put your eggs in baggies down here. Huevos. Yeah, every day is an experience. And I cross the street from that place. There's another place right there, right across the street. The funny thing about this neighborhood, and there's same dog from the other place. The funny thing about this neighborhood is they didn't have any OXXOs. I think this neighborhood banned OXXO from being in the neighborhood. All these fruits and all these fresh fruits and vegetables. And they talk about, is Mexico, are Mexicans healthy? Down here, they be eating some fruits and vegetables. Let me go over here and check some messages here. Let me look where my cursor is. Oh, okay. 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 So here we go. Let's go back here and see what people are talking about. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, Sammy. I have been with a bunch of teenagers drinking beers. Okay. Right on, Sammy, right on. Billy, just Google them. Really? The marijuana shops? Really? Okay. SP, do people buy with credit cards in these shops? Do they just use cash? I think that's going to depend upon the shop and their banking setup. Do you love tortas? Do love tortas? Do you ever just make them yourself? I don't make tortas, but I like to buy them. It's one of my favorite Mexican foods. Do they sell just alcohol? Are there liquor stores? Some of those shops you just saw, they sell beer and liquor. And there are liquor shops. You'll see it all. It's a big mixture down here. Hey, Bill, have you ever had Cafe de Ola? I think it's probably the best coffee I've ever had. Yes, Cafe de Ola is fabulous, and only not all restaurants sell it, but it's wonderful. Cafe de Ola. If you're down here in Mexico and if it's on the menu, you got to try it. Nice and smooth, delicious. JP 1970 Ola, thinking about retiring and moving to Ensenada. I think you meant to type. Ensenada. Yes. Okay. Yes. Well, come on down. Come on down. Dave and Karen. Buenos dias. I have a home in San Miguel. Several people, including my usual taxi driver, have told me not to go to Celaya due to a high crime there. Do you know about crime rates there? Let me say this. There's crime everywhere in the world. I bet in the house of Dave and Karen, sometimes there's some crime up in there. And everybody's always talking about, oh, they tell me don't. Here in Morelia, one of those shops I went into, one of the ladies, the shop owner lived in California for 20 years. She's from here, lived in California 20 years, then moved back here with her husband, opened up a shop 5 blocks from where I live. She speaks fluent English, of course. And we were talking, and I said, oh, yeah, I lived in Mazatlan for 2 years. And she said, oh, Mazatlan, very dangerous in Mazatlan. In Mazatlan, they say that Morelia, very dangerous in Mazatlan, very dangerous in Morelia. I did that video on Salamanca, put it up this week. Taxi driver told me, don't go to Salamanca. I don't like Salamanca. So there's crime everywhere on the planet. So if you go out, everywhere on the planet is a crime problem. But I've been here 20 years. I've never been robbed. I never had my car robbed, never had my apartment robbed. I've lived in like 5-6 cities all over Mexico. Maybe today I'll get shot to death. And then you'll be laughing at me like, oh, ha, ha, Bill the Geek got shot. He said there's no crime in Morelia. Now he's dead. Yeah, but I wouldn't worry the fuck about what people say. Just don't go buy drugs, sell drugs. Don't hang out with prostitutes. Don't hang out with cartel members. Don't get really drunk and hit on a cartel member's wife when you're all drunk at 3:00 in the morning. She be looking good, and then he kill you in the alley back behind, or maybe he just have his boys kill you. So I wouldn't worry the fuck about it. So I didn't have any problems. Oh, yeah, and you guys are aware of a couple of problems I've had in cities that I've been to. But yeah, I've been to New York City. I pretty much lived in New York City, Jersey City, Jackson Avenue, New Jersey City. I worked in downtown San Francisco at 250 Montgomery Street for 5 years, right next to Chinatown. I've lived around. Screw crime. If you mind your own business and you keep your nose clean, you'll be fine all over Mexico. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Sammy, KC. I only use my American Express, MasterCard, and Visa. Yeah, she's funny, man. Even in the small tienda stores, I only use cash at the produce markets. Very good. See, I'm different than Sammy. I only use cash. That's me. I only use cash. And I leave my cards in my safety deposit box. That's all I have to say about that. And so I only use my cards if I'm traveling or if I need to go get some cash. And let me talk about this. I ran into a United States $100 bill, and I had to get that exchanged into pesos. I did that Wednesday of this week. So I went to a bank, got some money out of the machine. Then I asked the bank, hey, can you change this into Mexico money? They said, no, go to the exchange shop. But on the way there was another bank next door. I went in there and asked them. They could do it. Okay, so I give them the $100, the US $100 bill, and it was like getting a mortgage on a house. I had to fill out a form. I had to show my passport. I had to show my permanent visa. I had to give them my address, phone number, email. It took like 30 minutes to exchange this bill. They got a copy of my passport. Okay, so I had all of that. And for some reason, I knew that I might have to go through all of that. So I usually don't carry my passport and my residency card with me. I only do that when I travel. But I figured this might be complicated, so I had all the stuff with me for what it's worth. Brandon Oliver looks so much better than the plastic food here in the U.S. People don't know, man. Mexico is on the up and up. I'll never go back to the United States, ever. No, you could give me a free pass to Disneyland, all expenses paid, unless you send me a private jet and let me stay in some mansion, for free. That's the only way I'm going to the United States ever. Never. And I've been to Disneyland once. It's a, that boy, what a ripoff that was, whatever. Hey, Bill, you and I have the same hairstyle. Yeah, I was watching TV and I saw Stephen Miller, Donald Trump's boss, and I saw his head. I said, damn, I want a haircut like that. So I cut my hair. Yeah, do they add taxes to food and other items? Sammy helped me out here, but I'm pretty sure that generally when you buy stuff in these little stores, specifically OXXO or the grocery store, they are adding tax. David and Sammy, help me out on that, please. Thanks for reading my comment, Bill. What about Ensenada? Nice spot, pros, cons. That is on the peninsula. And I've never been there. It's on the peninsula. The weather's going to be a little hot, too hot and humid for me. You're right out there on the ocean. They have hurricanes frequently during hurricane season. I have many subscribers on the peninsula, but I don't know anything about it, though I've heard it's a beautiful drive if you drive the entire peninsula down to Los Cabos. But I've never been there. But also, I've heard it's expensive. So it's one of the most expensive parts of Mexico to live in, though there are always exceptions. Doug, it is pronounced Café de Olla. Thank you, Doug, very much. Thank you so much. Yeah, yes, but business in Mexico are committed to honor prices as advertised, which should already, which should already include taxes. Thank you. Yeah, Marco. But I was just thinking, like I get these receipts like from OXXO, and I think sometimes I see little taxes down in there. I don't know. Luke Rogers, what's the story on the best dating apps to use in Mexico? Okay, Luke. Tinder. Okay. People use Tinder. Oh, hey, I haven't used a dating app in 9 years. I've gotten one date on Tinder 9 years ago. And where was I? Oh, I was in Puerto Vallarta. Yeah, I was in Puerto Vallarta. But I was on the beach in Puerto Vallarta with some friends. And this white guy, we made friends with him. He was by himself. And he was from Las Vegas. And he'd been there like one day. And he said, I got like 4 dates this week. I said, what? You got 4 dates? How'd you get 4 dates? He said, on Tinder, I got 4 dates. And I didn't have Tinder there. I never heard of it. But he'd been there a day. He got 4 dates in Puerto Vallarta on Tinder. This is like 10 years ago. So I got Tinder and I got a date, in about a week. So, but I don't know, Luke. David, hey, Bill, when we bought our house, we had to go to 4 different banks to get enough cash. Okay. Luke, is it better to find women in person than dating apps? Okay, let me say this. The one person I met on Tinder, I married her. Okay. But hey, who knows what the universe holds for you? I have dated many women. I probably dated 100 women through dating apps. And let me think. Other than the one that I got married to, none of them ended up in long-term relationships. I've dated at least 100 women from apps, various apps, at least 100. So, however you do it, you got to find your way. I don't have the answer. Another thing down here in Mexico is I'm not even going to, I'm not going to go there, but bars are different down here in Mexico. I don't go to bars. I don't know. I can't remember the last time I went to a bar in Mexico. That bars here are not like bars in the United States. They don't have your regular meat market bars, or I haven't run into them, where you got a bunch of chicks in there dancing and you go dance with them. You meet them like that. In the United States, that's what we used to do that when we were starting. I was 16. I don't see that down here. So you got to think differently. So use whatever you can. I don't know, Luke. Dave and Karen, you are so right. If I tried to mess with a cartel wife, my wife would definitely commit a crime in my house. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit. When I was in Puerto Vallarta, I lived next door to a Mexican family, and the kid would sell pot. He said he was in the cartel. At this time, he might have been 18, and he was friends of the people that lived in my house, the homeowner, and I rented from the owner. We knew the whole family, and they'd invite me over to dinner, that whole thing. So one time I walked into El Centro of Puerto Vallarta with the kid on a Saturday night. He said, "Bill, let's go to El Centro." I said, "Okay." So we go down there, and, we were probably drinking a beer on the street. And there were these hot women in a van. There's like 6 hot women in a brand new van. I was smiling like, "Woo, look at this." And he would protect me. He said, "Bill, no." He said, "Come on, listen, don't talk to those women. No, don't talk to those women." He knew that these women were like cartel women or something like that. He said, "Yeah, no." He just said, "No, let's go. Don't talk to them." Whatever. Now, more comments. Banana juice. Yeah. Kelly Wimberly. Right on. Banana juice. Okay. Yeah. Sammy, there is nothing more criminal than having a criminal for president. Please give me a break. There is nothing more dangerous than having to worry about getting randomly shot in the U.S. You go, Sammy. You tell them. Yeah, we got a criminal in the White House. That's what he is, a criminal. He's got 32 felonies, all kinds of stuff. Epstein? I want to see the Epstein files. I'm wondering if Donald Trump had Epstein killed, murdered. I want to see the videotapes from the Epstein files. I want to see them. And then you got the dude that's the head of the borders are, whoever it is, took $50,000 from the FBI, and they got a videotape of that. They won't release that. Yeah. And then you got Pam Bundy, the criminal. She's a criminal. He's surrounded himself with criminals. He's been bankrupt like 7-8 times. Yeah. If you want to stay away from crime, leave the United States. You got Donald Trump bombing Venezuela fish boats by the military. It's crazy, man. If you want to stay away from crime, definitely get out of the United States. Thank you, Sammy, for that setup. Stephen Hunter, Bill, good morning. Good morning to you, Steve Hunter. I had the same experience changing a $100 bill in San Miguel. Must have thought I was a white man cartel dude. Yeah, man, it was a lot of paperwork. It took a half an hour. But, it took a half an hour to get my pesos for that $100 bill. But the people were friendly. I had all the information. Funny. Now I always take my credit card to the ATM. Yeah, I ran into this $100 bill. That was the first $100 bill I'd seen in 20 years. I ran into it by accident. Good morning, Bill. Soulful and vegan. You are living the dream, my friend. Yes, I am. I'm feeling good. I'm looking good. My cost of living is low. I'm eating good. I'm traveling good, meeting nice people. I'm surrounded by love all the time in Mexico. I tell you, my neighbors all up and down the street, 5 blocks. People show me love every day. All I got to do is walk out of the house. Hey, they're little kids waving at me. Hey, Bill. Hey. When I go I got friends at the grocery store. Sammy, I go to your grocery store, La Comer. I got friends that work there. Everywhere I go, I make friends. I fall in love. They fall in love with me. I'm just chilled. This is the Mexico that I live in. It's the land of love. Yeah, it's awesome down here. I'm very fortunate. Axel, another movie day. Roofman, I will continue to listen to the show till I get to the cinema. Thank you, Axel. Woo, Oh, man, lots going on. 34. 34, thank you, Sammy. Yeah, Donald Trump, he's been convicted. He's a convicted felon of 34 felonies. 34 felonies. And now they have the shutdown. The government shutdown has come. So federal workers are not getting paid. The military is not getting paid, but Congress people are still getting paid, though military is not getting paid. And the Congress people make $174,000 a year. They still get paid, and they've had 5 weeks off just in the last month and a half. Mini Mike Johnson has shut down the government and told the Republicans not to go to work for 5 weeks because they don't want to release the Epstein files and see Donald Trump dancing with the little 11 and 12-year-old girls naked and giving him head jobs. Thank you, Sammy, for setting me up on that. Okay, I changed some U.S. money in Vietnam Bank, and it was the same story. Lots of photocopies, signatures. Yeah, Doug. They had 3 people working on this $100 bill. 3 people. Well, what do we do now? Well, now do that. Oh, really? Oh, okay. It was, hey. Yeah, I just used the money machine, and I only deal with pesos. Remember to hit the like button. Thank you, yeah. Reggie Meggs, I took advice from some YouTubers and opened an account at Charles Schwab. They rebate all my debit card fees from anywhere around the world. And Reggie, Charles Schwab, I have an account there. They are the best bank I've ever had. You can call them in a minute. Yes, they rebate all your ATM fees. You can call them in a minute. They'll talk to you and help you out. And you need to get money, send money. Charles Schwab is the best bank I've ever had in my life. Luke, thanks. You're the best. So far, I have only been to Oaxaca City, Puerto Morelos, and Guadalajara. I haven't been to Oaxaca City, and I haven't been to Puerto Morelos yet. I lived in Guadalajara for 3 years. And Guadalajara is a great place. It is a great city. It's just a little too big, too spread out. It's a great city, but I would never suggest anybody live there, and I would never live there again, though it's a wonderful city, great people. It's just kind of big and spread out, kind of like LA. Now, SP, do you advise Americans to come down to Mexico with pesos from American banks back home? Come advise them to come down to Mexico with pesos. I just come down here and use a money machine and get pesos out. I wouldn't advise anybody anything like that. I'd say come down with pesos and you'll be fine. Okay, now Reggie Meggs. Thank you, you guys, for helping me out with my pronunciations here. Oaxaca. Thank you very much. Thank you, Reggie. Thank you very much, Reggie. Oaxaca. Hey, but this year I can say Querétaro. I can say Querétaro this year. Querétaro, I can say it now. And I tell you what, a word that took me years to learn how to say was bienvenidos. But we're not going to talk about how long it took me to say Tlaquepaque. I'm learning. I'm trying. But thank you for helping me out. I enjoy using Charles Schwab. Charles Schwab is the bomb. That bank is the bomb. Jamie, I get a Wise account. Move your funds in pesos to your Wise card as a debit card when you need extra cash. Thank you, Jamie, very much. Okay, now is a footy flav and lots of mole too, as I understood it. Ms. Lady 309, good morning, Bill. Great to see you. Great to see you, Ms. Lady. Also, Trump administration is a gangster organization. That's what they say in Canada all the time. The cartels have nothing on that enterprise. And she's totally right. Totally right. Yeah, and that's what it is. It's a cartel. Nobody says that. It's so true. So true. Make sure you have 2 bank debit card options just for emergencies. Thank you, Savvy. That is so true. Okay, I still have a few more video clips here. Where are my notes? I have a few more. Here we go. Oh, now what I'm going to show you now is something that I've seen in many cities in Mexico, but they're kind of difficult to find. And these are 5-gallon water jug refillers. And I guess you can put any kind of water up in there, but everybody in Mexico uses like the 5-gallon liter jugs. They deliver to your house. You can buy them at the stores, but many of these, I'm gonna show this again. Many of these are free, so it's pure water. It's been cleansed and all that kind of stuff, and you just go up there and hit a couple of buttons, and it fills your water jug. And usually there's somebody over there getting their water jug filled up. I've seen this all in all of the cities that I've lived in Mexico. Again, these are videos of my neighborhood. And across the street, and this is like 6 blocks from where I live. Okay, you've seen all the shops. This one is strictly for fruits and vegetables. And when I walk by here, this is on the way walking to La Comer. I walk by here all the time. They always have people in here shopping. Something I found in vegetable shops down here, they have like ginger, dried beans, specialty oils. Yeah. Then, so I go in here. This is another cheese shop. Another cheese shop on the way to La Comer. And as we walk in here, watch this. On the table on the right, there are those little red liquids there. That's hot sauce. I bought some of that. It was like 18 pesos. That stuff will tear you up. Look at all the fresh eggs. They have fresh honey in here, specialty coffee, and they're open every day. I bought my hot sauce, and there's their cheese. Notice the cheese is all white. They have their specialty tortillas. Hola, there's the owner over there. And I go in there and pay her for my hot sauce. Okay. I only have a few more video clips here. Let's see, what do we have here? Oh, also, within walking distance from where I live, there are many laundries. And there are 2 kinds. One of the laundries press your clothes, clean them and press them like shirts, suits, whatever, if you're a woman, whatever that is. And then other ones do your laundry. And the prices are very reasonable. I can think of 5 of those that I can walk to. And then right next, I'm walking here to La Comer. I'm about 2 blocks from La Comer, the big super grocery store at this point. But here's another bakery. Bienvenidos. That means welcome. Bienvenidos. And they are open every day. And their pastries smell great. They're fresh. It's standard to have that little silver platter with those big tweezers. And you choose your sweet bread. And the nice lady behind the counter. The cupcakes are big down here in Mexico. Mm-hmm. But also walking around my neighborhood, there are lots of nice streets like this. I'm going to say this little clean street right here is about 4 blocks away from a bunch of traffic with La Comer, the cinema, Chili's, Applebee's. But over here, it's just a nice little quiet, clean community. That there's a German restaurant over there with all that green, a German restaurant and bar. But notice how everything is very clean. The housing, look at those nice little clean streets. Nothing going on bad. This is probably about 7 blocks from where I live, and all the little shops you just saw are just a few blocks away from that. Now, near what I just showed you, this is kind of a main street with lots of shops. This is why I like living where I live. I can walk. The sign says it's a fish shop out front. It says fish shop, but all of the fish is frozen. I wonder if they have king crab legs in here. But this is probably about 8 blocks from where I live. I can walk here in about 10 minutes. And next door to that, this is a slow pork, a slow cooked pork shop. So you can buy tacos. There it is. The meat is all ready to go. They're making up the tacos and tostadas there next door to that. And this place right here, I'm dying. I made friends with these people. Hey, what's up, dude? What happening? Those are pork legs. And I'm going to ask the dude, well, what part of the pork is this? And he's going to show me here in a second. He's going to say, right there, that's the part. Right there is that part of the pork. And this is like 85 pesos for one of those. That's like $4.25. I think one of those would be a meal for about 4 people for $4.25. And that's what they sell. That's the only thing they sell. Him and his wife down there every day. I wonder if they eat that stuff. I can't eat it. I told him I'd like some, but I can't eat it. It'll make me sick. And it would. But we keep on walking. Here's a chicken shop. They own in this place next to the pork leg shop. They only sell chickens. That's all they sell. And I asked dude, I say, dude, how much does that chicken cost down there? That big one right down there. He said, oh, let me see. He pulled the chicken out. He's going to weigh it. So that chicken, he weighed it. He said, oh, that's going to cost 120 pesos. That's $6. That was a big chicken. $6 for that whole chicken, fresh. Probably 3 hours ago. 3 hours ago, that chicken was just walking around minding his own business. Now he's naked with no head in a shop. Bet he didn't expect any of that. Okay, let's go back up here and see what people are talking about in comments. Okay. Oh, hold on. I'm looking here. Okay, here we go. Okay. Savvy Make. Okay, we got that. Sammy. Soul Food Vegan. Where are you located? Soul Food Vegan. She's right outside of Chapala. Right outside of Chapala. Hi, Thomas Wolf. Hi, Bill. Do you have Mexican health insurance or private, or do you just pay cash? I just pay cash. Now, if I have a heart attack, like right now, I'm going to be in trouble because a stroke, heart attack, or even COVID, they say is going to cost you about $75,000 here in Mexico. But if you have a cold, maybe if you break your arm, maybe sprain your ankle, that's not going to cost you hardly any money. Brian Jordan, the Wise card is a debit card that offers the best currency conversion. Move money from your bank to Wise, then only use the Wise card for purchases or for cash. Thank you, Brian. Ms. Lady 309, we have water refill stations everywhere in Los Angeles. Right on. I had no clue. I haven't been to LA in a long time. I used a water refill here in San Antonio. We get right on. Soulful. Love these segments with Fernanda also. Thank you. Soulful and Vegan, thank you very much. She's very knowledgeable. I have a couple of more videos to put up with her. Just a couple of short ones. Thank you so much. Hey, Bill, you must have hit the big time on YouTube. I have had a half dozen commercials already. Congratulations. That's funny. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Speaking of water, something I found very helpful because you have those big 5-gallon jugs. You have those big 5-gallon jugs of water. They bring them to your house, then you bring them in, but then you got to pour the water out of the jug. So you got a glass of water, you got to tilt it, and they have little thingies that you can put it in there, tilt it like that. But I've been using this thing right here for 5 years. It's a little thingy, and this thingy right here fits right on top of the 5-gallon jug thingy. And then you push this button and the water comes out right here. So like if I wanted a cup of water, I just hit the little button, put it under the spout, and the water comes out. If I'm making pasta and I need a pot of water, I just hit the little button and the water comes out. And you charge it with a USB plug, which is pretty cool. You stick the USB plug in right here, okay, and then stick that into the electricity, and it takes about 30 minutes, 45 minutes to charge. And this one stayed charged for maybe 3 weeks to a month. Very handy. I've had this one for 5 years. I've had this one for 5 years. I love this thing. Well, last week it stopped working. I bought this on Amazon. It costs $27 on Amazon. Okay. So I've had it 5 years. I bought this when I was living in Chapala from Amazon. So it broke this week. So many times when I go live, I show you guys that that street mall that I walk through where they're selling stuff on the streets. And after this broke, I had remembered one of those little people down there in the street. They were selling those things. So I took a picture of that and I went down to the street fair. When was this? This was yesterday, because they do it every Friday. They have the street fair. They call them a tianguis every Friday. And I still have the picture of that on my phone. And the guy said, well, what are you looking for? In Spanish. This is all in Spanish. I showed him the picture of it on the phone. He says, oh, no, you can't find that. No, you can't find that down here. No. And then I asked the lady standing next to him. She had a shop there. I said, what about you? Can you sell me this? She said, yeah, I got one. I got one right here. She sold it to me. She had it in a little box, and it cost me 140 pesos. I got a brand new one from the street shop for 140 pesos. That's $7. $7. I got it from Amazon for $27. $7. Yes. There you go. Do you buy these hibiscus fresh drinks from street vendors there? No, I don't. Brian, what brand of video glasses do you use? Hold on a second. Let me grab the box. Hold on. Woo! Boy, I had to walk all the way over there and get it. The brand of glasses I use, here we go. iView, right here. And they're wonderful. They're wonderful. And here are the glasses. They got little buttons on the bottom. And all the memory is stored on a memory chip. So I can put that chip into this thingy here, stick that into the computer and transfer the videos. Also, the glasses have a Wi-Fi connection, so I can connect the Wi-Fi to my phone so I can see what the glasses are taking, and I can make lighting adjustments. I just figured that out last week. They cost about $245 on Amazon. These are 2K glasses. If you buy the iView, they do have a 4K option. I don't think it was available when I bought mine, but now I got these on Amazon. Now they do have a 4K option. So if you can get the 4K option, that's really good. The power lasts for about 2 hours. And what's really cool about these is when you use them, when you start recording, there's a vibration. It goes like, you can hear it over here, like that. And then when you stop recording, you hear it again. And that's how you know if you're recording or not recording. And to turn them off, then you just hold down the button and you hear a, it's like you're getting that means they're going off. So now they do have little lights in here that will start flashing green. That means you're recording. But if you have to use that all the time, then you got to take them on and off. So that's where the vibration comes in. And the cool thing is nobody knows you're recording. If I had to do it again, I would get the 4K versions. Let me show a 4K higher quality. Let me show. I just got a couple of more videos to share. Okay, we saw that. Chicken. I only have a couple of more. Okay, now this is next to the pork leg shop. The chicken. This is right next to the guy that's selling chicken. It's a meat shop. A meat shop right next door to the guy that sells chickens. And they got chickens in here too. But in here, they've got all your fresh meat, pork, chicken, beef, all nice and fresh. And then they've got pre-cut chicken legs that have been marinated, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to say this is about 10 blocks from where I live. About 10 blocks from where I live. And this is another thing that I really like about Mexico. It's kind of like New York City, except a lot cheaper, a lot less congested, but all of these little places that you can go and shop. You can just go out and walk around. And like Sammy says, I guess you can find a marijuana shop, have your beer, you can just walk. Oh, wait, look, that says cabeza. That was head. Frozen tongue, lengua. That's frozen beef tongue. You can buy frozen beef head, frozen beef tongue. And this place is always busy. Always busy. Yeah, I only have 2 more video clips here. Now, right next to the meat shop, this is like, I've shown you all those other local stores, but this one, this is the first time I had been in here. This is right next to the meat shop. This is like a small grocery store, but this is like the small grocery store for rich people. That's what I would say. I would say this is and they have all this stuff is upscale canned stuff, upscale mayonnaise, upscale ketchup, upscale mustard, all the vegetables upscale. Nice, everything nice and clean and cleaner, fresher, nicer. Look at this guy. Look at this guy in his nice polo shirt. He got on his Ray-Ban sunglasses. That's the kind of people shopping in there. They got all kinds of people working in there. They have a fish selection, frozen stuff. Yeah, this is up. Everything you've seen up to now was low class. This is the high class, expensive store for the rich people. And this place always has people in it. So that's This is what I like about Mexico. Look at the fresh bread right there. The fresh bread. Oh, makes you hungry, doesn't it? Yum. Yeah, and there's a lady helping her older lady with the might be her grandma, maybe it's her mother. I don't know. But they all look, probably all of them driving Mercedes or BMWs or something like that. This is the end of the ride for my walk through the neighborhood. All this stuff is maximum a 15-minute walk from where I live. This is where I live, how I live. Everything is very affordable, and all the people look at all, they have like 4 or 5 cash registers. Look at nice cars parked out front. That's the joys of living in Mexico. The joys of living in Mexico. And I'm going to say like a 5-minute block from that last store you saw is a big super grocery store, La Comer, with cinemas where they have like, you can see 6 different movies in the cinemas. They have that place is like 2 blocks away from a Chili's, 2 blocks away from an Applebee's. It's a quarter block away from a McDonald's. So all the stuff you saw today was Mexican stuff. You can live in my neighborhood and never see McDonald's or a big grocery store or a Chili's. You can just stay totally away from that stuff. Or you can go there and go down to McDonald's, have a cheeseburger if you want to do that. Now, okay, let me catch up on some messages here. Okay. What's Sammy talking about? Billy, there you go. There is a Cambio money exchange. Thank you. It is located in El Centro. Okay. I have no hassle converting my dollars, and they give you the best rates. You can also negotiate the rate with them. I'm telling you, man, Sammy, that girl, she knows she should have a YouTube channel. She knows everything about Moravia. Oh, she is special. Thank you, Sammy. Thank you so much. Your videos, sidewalks around your place look really cracked up and poor. Well, look, this city's like 400 years old. If you were 400 years old, you'd look cracked up. You'd look more cracked up and poor than you do now, probably. Soulful and vegan. Charles Schwab motto used to be something like, motto used to be something like trust Chuck, which is very true. I love Charles Schwab. Adios, amigos. Thank you, Axel. Have a great movie. We are claiming good health and happiness for you always, Bill. Thank you, Soulful and vegan. Thank you so much. And since you're here, feel free to click the like button. And if this is your first time here, click the subscribe button. This is such a good video segment, Bill. Thank you for all you do and share. All Savvy, you are very welcome. And Savvy, I wish you the best with your bed and breakfast. I hope you and the girls are rocking that business right outside of Chapala. Right outside of Chapala. Wonderful place. And I did a video on that. But thank you so much. If you're new here, we do this every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time, rain or shine. We haven't missed one in about 3.5 years. We have people that join us from Canada, the United States. Sometimes we get people from Europe, Australia that show up. Sometimes we get people from Asia. So hit that subscribe button. And if you're watching the rebroadcast, and you want to donate to the channel, there's a donate button down. It's like after the 5th paragraph. It says donate, or you can join and become a member. Yeah, you can click the join button, become a member for not hardly any money at all. Ms. I love the single item shops. I can't wait to move to Mexico. Yeah, come on down, girl. Ms. Lady 309. I love it down. I love it. Luke, sorry I missed it. Is this a video of Morelia? Yes, Luke. This video was shot. Okay, hold on a second. Let me do something here. Let me do something here. Let me open a browser window, and let's go into Google Maps. Okay, here we are. Okay, now I'm going to get out a map here and show you exactly where we are. Let me go to share screen. Okay. Go to Google Maps. Okay, let's see what you can see here. Oh, okay. So this is pretty much, this is the neighborhood that we just walked through here. I guess you would call that La Foresta. And I live on this street. Here's my street right here. Fray Antonio de San Miguel Iglesias. That's the street pretty much I was walking around on. And let me zoom in again. Oh, yeah, let's see. So I live right down here. I live next door to this park, Francisco, Zarco, whatever. I live right there. But all the stuff I just showed you is right down the street from this Holiday Inn Express. Pretty much all the stuff between Holiday Inn Express. There's a McDonald's across the street from Holiday Inn Express. But then if you walk down this little street here, everything you saw here is pretty much in this area. But if I zoom out, here is El Centro of Morelia here in the middle, and you can see everything that you saw is over here on the far southern eastern side of Morelia. So that's what I was showing you. I live in a small community on the edge of Morelia. There you go. There, and I love this neighborhood. I'm totally happy. I think I'll die here. So the upscale shop is a gourmet store. Okay, you could call it that. What city is this again? Morelia. This is in the city of Morelia. This is a colony in Mexico. Every neighborhood has a colony name. So everywhere you go in Mexico is in some colony, and it has some name. But all of these colonies are in the city of Morelia. Where do you shop for groceries? Well, I'm going to tell you. Usually I go to some of those shops because they all have different stuff. They all kind of have the same stuff, but some of them might have this, and this other one doesn't have that. So you figure out who has what, and what time do they open, and what days are they closed. They're open almost every day. So I'll go to those little shops, given what I'm looking for and what I know they have. But many times I'll just go to La Comer. If I'm going to do big shopping, like to get I eat a lot of ground beef, chicken, canned beans, tortillas. What else? Imitation milk, like soy milk. most of that, I'll just go to La Comer, which is like a superstore. They have everything. Bam, instead of doing all that walking around, and then I get a taxi home. That's what I do. Thanks for a wonderful program this morning. Thank you, Steve. You are the best. You call it the way you see it. I feel like I'm with you right there when you speak. Thank you so much, SP. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Typos, no problem. Thank you, Steve. Eugene, good morning, Bill. What's going on with the elf and football in the background? That's Holly. And that's Holly. And I bought Holly in Christmastown last year. I did a video. I forget the name of the city, but it's a Christmas city. I got the all they sell is Christmas stuff. It's a must visit. So I brought her back, and her name is Holly. And the football, that is a Dartmouth College football, because I'm a graduate of Dartmouth College. It even says Dartmouth on it. And she comes alive at nighttime. She's a fentanyl freak. She gets out in the streets all the time and gets freaky. And I just set her back there so I know she's not out on the street buying fentanyl. So that's who she is, and that is who the football is. And I am a huge football fan. Thank you for asking. Luke, I love Charles Schwab. Fidelity also offers automatic rebates for ATM transactions as well. Good to have multiple banks. Wise is, of course, very useful too. Very good. Okay. Commercials on this live show. Weird. Never happened before. Uh-oh. Sammy, thanks, Bill. I couldn't have said it better. Cracked and poor. That's funny. Love this. Love right on. And again, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe to the channel. We do this every Saturday. We get together every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time, and I try to put up 2 videos a week. So I'm going to put up this walking around video this week. I think you might run into a new character this week. And look who's here. None other than my cousin Denise Slade in Columbus, Ohio. Love you. She married my first cousin, Denise Slade in Columbus, Ohio. And she has 3 wonderful children, and they're all doing very well. Great to see you, Denise. Great to see you. Love you, girl. Hey. David, Maria, and I stayed in the Holiday Inn just down the street from the Holiday Inn Express. That's funny. Really nice and inexpensive. Brian, is there a good Chinese restaurant? I haven't found one. I have not found one yet. I've been in, you've seen my videos when I'm on the road. I've run into many great ones. And now, wait a minute. If you go to La Comer, now, I tell you what, Sammy probably be able to tell you because she knows everything about Morelia. But if you go into La Comer, they have a food court in there. And they have 3 Chinese restaurants in there. Not too far from La Comer, I'm going to say 5 blocks down the street, there is a super mall. It's like 3 stories. I mean, they got all the mall stuff in there. They have a food court in there. They have a Chinese restaurant or 2 up in there. I've eaten there. It was okay. Yeah, Ola Denise Slade, another Buckeye in the house. I live in the Peach State. I forget. The Peach State, is that Georgia or is that Pennsylvania? I get confused. I would love to know more about the art scene and places to socialize in group there. Okay, let's see what we can do about that. Adios, amigos from El Paso, Texas. Click the like button. I just made a humble donation via PayPal. Buddy, I appreciate hanging out here. Let's see. Let me check my email. That will come through email, and this check it out. And Luke Rogers. Yes, I want to thank Luke Rogers for clicking the donate money link in the description below to donate $11 to the channel. Thank you so much. Eugene, my wife, is from Accomboro. It's about an hour from Morelia. We were there about 3 years ago. Very nice place. And yes, I did a video about Accomboro. Wonderful place. I did that video maybe 4 months ago. I loved it. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful place. Okay, y'all. Well, I want to thank everybody for showing up. I hope I gave you some information today, shared some love, talk about Donald Trump bad. That's always fun and easy to do. But it's another beautiful day here in Morelia. Mexico is fabulous. Every moment here has been safe pretty much for me in 20 years. I visited some great places and I love it very much. So I'm getting ready to watch Ohio State football. It should be about the second quarter by now. And again, we do this every week. We have many more videos to come. Click the subscribe button. Click the like button. Donate to the channel if you can. And I thank everyone for joining us today. Love you all. I'm Bill the Geek, broadcasting live from Morelia, Mexico. All I can say is adios, and then I'll add hasta luego, and then maybe I'll say que te vaya bien. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being here, and have a great weekend.